and my name is Whitney Belkowitz, President and CEO of Intelligent Concrete.
And I'm David Harris. I'm the Principal Engineer for Intelligent Concrete. So far, we're thumbs up.
I appreciate the thumbs up. It's a good thing.
But this time,
thumbs down.
we're going to be talking about thumbs down.
Yeah. Wait. Concrete 494 Tree Week. Yes. I really enjoyed the Shark Week. But yes, it is Tree Week this week. So David, what's your tree of choice?
Well, I guess we're here in Colorado. I guess I'm going to choose the Colorado spruce.
Oh,
An evergreen.
it's a nice tree.
And that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for admixtures in concrete that just last forever. They don't wilt. They're just always good.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we had a question, and it's a very touchy subject, but I'm kind of excited about this question. I feel like we might ruffle some feathers. But the question is, when do you throw in the towel on your 494 testing? When do you call it quits? When does the testing come to a point where you're like, this is clearly not what we thought it was. Yeah. We are not meeting our parameters, so...
Time to stop.
Time to stop.
Yeah.
So, I think there are 3 different kind of levels of evaluation where this may happen. First one is your fresh properties. If you just have a mix that is a hot mess, and you just can't even make the samples... I mean, clearly you cannot rely on those test results.
Yeah, 494 is very specific about what you can put in and what you can change. It's a 1 parameter variation. In a previous video, we talked about slump being as a control. So if you're under these very strict criteria and you make the 1 parameter change with your admixture, can't make the slump consistency, you're pretty much done. I mean, you can't meet the spec. If you can't meet the spec, no point going on. Yeah,
so something that we do as a means to try to mitigate that issue, because that's obviously something that whoever's creating the samples needs to get a handle on. We always like to run a couple of validation mixes, just so we can get a feel for the materials. You know, if the rounded rock is not available and you're using crushed rock, you've got to add a little more water, or if you're using an air and training agent, like you've got to kind of dial that in and just get a feel for the mix so that you know what to expect when you moved from, a little bucket mix in the lab to a 9 cubic foot mixer and you're just making an obnoxious amount of concrete. You want to be somewhat familiar with the materials before you go to, because that's a lot to do those.
Yeah, and we actually start earlier than that. I love our light rack.
Sure.
Where we put the admixture in a glass bottle and we watch it. We get acquainted with it. We see if it's our friend there in the glass bottle. Does it scale? Does it does it come out a solution?
Are you happy and hanging out like Jello, all nice and uniform?
Yeah.
Or is it cottage cheese?
That's right, exactly.
So
we start with this, get acquainted. We move into these sort of small test mixes, how's it going to do? Because as you were describing, we don't want to go to 9 cubic or something like that if we don't have some confidence that we're going to make it to the end. I mean, you don't step up to the line at the marathon and try to run a marathon.
After you've been walking around the block.
You've got to build up to it. And this is kind of the same. You've got to kind of build up to this long-term, extensive, strenuous specification.
Oh yeah, it's a commitment for everybody involved. Okay, second parameter where you have to do those evaluations, hard properties.
Yeah, you get into the hard properties. We've done the test mix, and so we're pretty confident, but we're rolling along, we're testing, we're 1 day, we're 3 day. Hey,
It's good, it's all good.
Whitney, John, we're looking good. 7 days, looking good, 28 days. Yeah, we're getting close to that, does no harm, right on the bubble. 56.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Not a good thing.
Oh dear, Casplato.
Yes.
I mean, we're just not going to make it. So, if we're not going to make it, what's the point? We need to regroup.
Absolutely.
We need to regroup. So.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's say that we're in the middle of our concrete testing.
right?
And things are going okay.
Hey, great.
Not phenomenally, but they're going okay.
Looking good, thumbs up.
Then we see that admixture additives start looking a little different than how it initially looked.
Yeah, we need to be careful. In our process, what we test has to be what it is.
Right.
And so if they call and say, hey, I'm changing suppliers, this guy's gotten too expensive, I don't want to buy his product anymore, I'm going to buy this product over there. I'm going to ship it in from overseas, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to change from XYZ to XYYZ.
Right.
It's different.
Well, then the other question is too, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay, I'm done.
The other question is, say it falls out of solution, can you just mix it back up, shake it up, is it going to be the same thing?
Yeah, probably not. And if probably not, thumbs down. So.
Tough questions,
Yeah.
but valid ones to constantly.
We're a registered lab, we're a certified lab, we're here to give people advice, we're here to give them expert opinion. And, if our expert opinion is, we're just not gonna make it, we're gonna run out of gas before we get to the finish line.
Right.
That's why we're here, that's part of why we're here.
Right,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep,
Ugh, that's a tough one.
tough one.
Touchy subject, but very important. Thank
Yep.
you so much for joining us. Hope you learned something. Like, subscribe, ding that bell. Oh, concrete!
Beat that asphalt.